Welcome again to this lesson. I'm Mr. Saleh Elijah. Today we want to look at a very crucial topic that most of us find ourselves in during our spoken and written language. Now, today we want to look at this topic called the subject-verb agreement rule. The subject-verb agreement rule. Now, maybe to start with a layman's explanation, the word subject in a sentence refers to the executor, or rather the doer of an action, the person or thing doing the action. We refer to it as a subject. For example, Abdul Nasir walked to the toilet. So we have an action in the sentence walking, and the person who did the action is Abdul Nasir. The car hit the tree. The car hit the tree. We have the action of hitting that is happening in the sentence, and it is being done by the car. So the car in this case is referred to as the subject. So when we talk about the subject in a sentence, we refer to the executor or the doer, the person or thing doing the action. Then we have another part, the verb. A verb in a sentence refers to a word that shows an action or a state. A verb shows either an action or a state. So you realize that a verb does not only refer to actions, but it also refers to states. For example, I am jumping. So jumping is the verb. I am ill. I'm feeling sick. So feeling sick, feeling is a state. So a verb refers to both an action and a state. So in our subject verb agreement rule, we want to look at how a subject can be combined with a verb, then bring out a sensible or a grammatical sense, a grammatical meaning, so that in our spoken language and written work, we do not have a disorderly arrangement or connection between subjects and verbs. Because once there is a conflict between a subject and a verb, the communication of the entire sentence is tampered with. A singular subject, this is the rule, a singular subject takes a singular verb. That means a subject that is in singular will always be used with a verb that is in singular. And if the subject is in plural, it also takes a verb that is in plural, and never vice versa. Never subject plural, verb singular. No. Nor subject singular, verb plural. Never. This rule states that a singular verb takes a singular subject, and a singular subject takes a singular verb. A plural verb or subject takes a plural subject or verb. A reminder, the verb is the action word in the sentence. The subject is about, if you want to know the subject, you ask yourself who or what does the action. Like in the first examples that I've given, the car hit a tree. The car hit. So the question here is, what did the action? The car. Abdul walked to school. So the action here is walking. So the question here is who walked to the school? So it is Abdul. That means that if you want to identify the subject in a sentence, you ask yourself who or what did the action. So the subjects and verbs must work together. They must agree. A subject and a verb in a sentence must agree. And a verb that ends in a single s, es, or ies is used with a singular noun. Example: Old Dan bellows, little Ann shares, fire glows, mama fixes. So these are singular subjects taking singular verbs. So you can see the verbs are ending with s or es, the s form of the verb. Then here we have the singular subjects, the doers of the action. Mama is one, so it takes a singular verb, fixes. But if we talk about my father and mother, we don't say fixes, we say fix, because we have said that a singular verb takes a singular subject, and a singular subject takes a singular verb. A plural verb takes a plural subject, and a plural subject takes a plural verb, and never the opposite. Now, let's look at what a verb does. A verb that does not end in single s or es or ies is used with a plural noun. If you get any verb that does not end with s or es or ies, that verb is used with plural nouns. That means that verb is in plural. Examples: Dan and Ann bellow. Dan and Ann bellow. In our first example, so it was only Dan. So we say Dan bellows. But now because it is now Dan and Ann, we say bellow. Plural verb without S. The cocoon hounds share. They don't shares, they share because they are many. The two fires glow. One glows, but many glow. Billy's parents fix. So parents fix, but a parent fixes. But if there are many, we say fix. So the plural verb taking a plural subject, and a plural subject taking a plural verb. Now, you realize that like in the examples that we have learned about, little Ann, it's a singular subject. Little Ann is kind. Little Ann and old Dan are two. Those are two subjects. So they are, not is. Look at the auxiliary verbs used, and in this case we are looking at the primary auxiliary verbs, and we are focusing on the auxiliary verb is and are. Is used in singular and are is used in plural form when referring to many subjects. So again, this rule, usually there are other rules that govern the structure of a sentence. We have looked at the rule, the subject verb rule. This rule that we've just learned about should not be confused. Don't be confused by plural words that come after the verb. Do not be confused by plural words that come after the verbs. For example, Billy's biggest problem are the many sleepless nights. Billy's biggest problem are. Billy's biggest problem are. That is wrong. We are referring to one subject, Billy, because the apostrophe between Billy and S, this apostrophe is referring to ownership. To ownership. So it's only one subject. So Billy's biggest problem, if you say Billy's biggest problem are, you fail, it's wrong. But if they are problems, then you say are. But if it's a problem, we say is. So we say Billy's biggest problem is the many sleepless nights. Billy's biggest problem is the many sleepless nights. Now let me ask you a question. The hound search for mountain lions. The hound searches for mountain lions. Which of the two sentences has respected the subject-verb agreement rule? The hound search for mountain lions. The hound search for the hound search for mountain lions. Then we have the hound searches for mountain lions. You can try. Is the answer A or B? Subject verb agreement rule? Correct. That is correct. The hound searches for mountain lions. The hound searches for mountain lions. Now, lastly, which one is correct here? Old Dan see raccoons. Old Dan sees raccoons. The subject verb agreement rule. You can replace old Dan with your name. You can say the teacher see raccoons. The teacher sees raccoons. Which is the correct sentence according to the subject verb agreement rule? Very good. The teacher sees, old Dan sees, because we have a singular subject taking a singular verb, a singular subject taking a singular verb. Again, don't be confused by plural words that come between a singular subject and the verb. Do not be confused by plural words, words in plural. These words come in between singular subject and look at the following sentences. The topic of these books are dogs. The topic of these books are dogs. Then the second sentence, the topic of these books is dogs. Which one is correct? Yeah, the second one. The topic of these books is. Books is. Don't say books are. You say books is. It's still referring back to a topic. The topic. You remember this one is not topics but topic. So this auxiliary verb refers back to that subject, to that noun. And for that reference, it affects the auxiliary verb to be used here. So it takes a singular auxiliary verb, a singular verb. Each of the dogs hunt well. Each of the dogs hunts well. Subject verb agreement rule. Each of the dogs hunts well. We have several examples. Every one of the members of both hunting teams are here. Every one of the members of both hunting teams is here. So every and every refers to a singular subject. Every. It's an individual effort, an individual task. So a singular verb takes a singular subject. So we say every one of the members of both hunting teams is here. So is a singular verb. Is a singular verb. Now, can you tell me which one is correct here? Each of the traps needs to be set. Each of the traps needs to be set. Each of the traps need to be set. You notice there's S on needs and there's no S on the need here. So which one is correct? Each of the traps needs or each of the traps need? Can you try? Correct. Each of the traps needs to be set. Each of the traps. Those traps are singular in need. So because they are singular in need, each one of them takes a singular verb. Each one of them takes a singular verb. Then the boy in the brown shoes wants a lollipop. The boy in the brown shoes wants a lollipop. Which one is correct? Wants or want? The boy. Boy is in singular. And I will get that one. Correct. The boy in the brown shoes wants. Wants. Singular verb. Singular subject. Boy. The boy wants. But many boys want. If it's just a boy, wants. That is great. Again, don't be confused by phrases such as along with, together with, accompanied by, as well as, including, and in addition to. Don't be confused by these ones. Let's look at examples of these phrases in sentences and how they can affect the subject-verb agreement rule. Little Ann as well as old Dan is like to hunt. Second one, Little Ann as well as old Dan likes to hunt. Little Ann as well as old Dan. These are individuals doing actions separately. So each subject here, Ann on his own, old Dan on his own, they take a singular subject. They take a singular verb. Sorry, they take a singular verb. So the correct answer here is Little Ann as well as old Dan likes. Likes. Let's try another one. Let's try another example here. Billy, in addition to all the other boys in the mountains, grow up loving hound dogs. The second one grows up loving hound dogs. So which one is correct? Very good. Billy, in addition to all the other boys in the mountains, grows. Singular verb. Up loving hound dogs. Now, try this at home. You can try this at home. Are you seeing the sentences? Yes. You can tell me which one is correct. Okay. Let's see who's got it. Exactly. Papa as well as Mama worries about Billy being out all night long. So Papa worries, Mama worries. They are separate subjects. Try this one. Cornbread in addition to some warm milk are good for puppies. Cornbread in addition to some warm milk is good for puppies. Can you try? A or B? Very good. So our correct answer is cornhead in addition to some warm milk is good for puppy. Do not be confused by either or and neither nor. Neither Billy nor Little Ann knows which way the raccoon ran. Neither Billy nor. So here we use a singular verb. It is knows. So don't be confused by that also. We have another example here. You can read it and try it at home. We have another example. Yes, those are our examples. I'll pause for you to write down the questions and try to find out if they're correct. Now listen to this. It is wrong to say either little Ann or old Dan hunt during the heat of the summer, but it's right to say either little Ann or old Dan hunts. Our interest is on singular verb hunts. This one is wrong because these are singular subjects used separately. You can try this exercise at home. Yes, neither the boys or their mother sings in the church choir. Very good. You can try this. Okay, either Grandpa or Billy grinds corn at the general store. Either, that is one person, either. So either Grandpa grinds, either Billy grinds. So it is one. Very good. Now don't be confused by noun phrases referring to a single unit. Now, sometimes a noun phrase sounds plural but describes something we think of as a single unit. This noun phrase takes a singular verb. Example: spaghetti and meatballs is my favorite dinner. Spaghetti and meatballs is my favorite dinner. Ice cream and cake is my favorite dessert. So you should check on that sometimes a noun phrase sounds plural but describes something we think of as a single unit. Spaghetti and meatball. Okay, so it is wrong to say peanut butter and jelly are Billy's favorite dish. Favorite sandwich. No, it's supposed to be peanut butter and jelly is Billy's is. These are unit, peanut butter and jelly. That's a unit, a single unit. So a unit referring to a singular verb is not are. Yeah, I can see you're doing fine. Can you try this at home? Macaron and cheese is a healthy food. Macaron and cheese are healthy food. This example reminds me of this book. This book by Henrik Ibsen called A Doll's House. There's a character there called Nora who eats macaron against the instructions of the husband. So our example is macaron and cheese is a healthy food. Macaron and cheese are a healthy food. So which one of these is correct? Can you try? Good. Macaron and cheese is, because macaron and cheese is a unit of food. So that one is correct. Don't be confused by nouns that look plural but are singular. Don't be confused by nouns that look plural but are singular. What are examples of this? Like news spreads. You don't say news spread. No, news spreads. Mathematics is, not mathematics are. So the word mathematic ends with an S, but this one does not mean that it's plural, it is singular. Mathematic is. Mathematic is. Now, can you try this? Measles is contagious. Measles are contagious. Now, measles, is it a singular subject or a plural subject? It is a singular subject. Despite of it ending with an S, it's still a singular subject. So it takes a singular verb. It takes a singular verb. So we say measles is contagious. Measles is contagious. Don't be confused by nouns of amount. Nouns of amount. Use a singular verb with the sums of money or periods of time. Use a singular verb when referring to sums of money or periods of time. It's wrong to say $500 are a lot of money. We say $500 is a lot of money. $500 is a lot of money. It's wrong to say 3 hours are a long time to wait. 3 hours, this is time, 3 hours. Hours. So we say 3 hours is a long time to wait. So we have said that always use a singular verb when referring to a sum of money or a period of time. Can you try this one out? $40 buy 2 coon hounds. $40 buy 2 coon hounds. So is it buy or buys? Can you try? Correct. $40 buys. Buys. $40 buys. Which one is correct here? 2 years total a long time for Billy to save his money. 2 years total a long time for Billy to save his money. Is it totals or total? Can you try at home? Exactly. 2 years totals a long time for Billy to save his money. Very good. Now, we have a practice here. Number your paper from 1 to 15. Can you do that at your study area where you're studying or listening from? Can you number your paper from 1 to 15? Write the correct answer for each of the following items. Write the correct answer. I'll be listening to your answers. Let's see who gets 15 out of 15 to get a present from me after you have subscribed, liked, and shared this video. Number 1. Billy dash breakfast before heading home. Billy fix breakfast. Billy fixes breakfast. Okay. I can see most of you have got it. It is Billy fixes. Very good. The boy pop with the girl poop. The boy play or the boy plays? Very good. I can see your answers. The boy poop plays. Each of the names sounds perfect to Billy's ears. Each of the names, and you don't be confused with the words that look like plurals, but they are singular. So names, sounds. Very good. Number 4. With his extra money, Billy dash gifts for his family. Buy or buys? Very good. Now can you try the rest? It is buys. Can you try number 5 to 15 now? Yes. Yes, is it cry or cries? Yes, Billy. Like or likes? Taste or tastes? Uh-huh. Appear or appears? Okay. Guide or guides? Okay. Know or knows? Yes. Can you find out which of the following is correctly written? Billy wants to go to school. Grandpa loves to tease Billy. Daisy give milk each day. Papa please Mama with a hug. So the correct one is Grandpa loves. This one should be Billy wants. Here Daisy gives. Papa pleases. A singular subject taking a singular verb. And number 12, which of the following sentences does not contain a mistake? She ate the candy one piece at a time. News spread quickly through the mountains. Neither Billy nor his grandpa like eating raw eggs. Wilson Rolls narrates a wonderful story. Very good. That is D. Wilson Rolls narrates. It does not have a mistake. Number 13. Choose the answer that is written correctly. One of the dogs bellows through the night. The woman with all the dogs talk to Bill at the store. The boy on the playground fight Billy. Everybody play games in the schoolyard. Okay, one of the dogs bellows through the night. Can you do number 14 and 15 now? Then you can send your answers under the comment section to receive a gift hamper from this side. That was great. A lesson we have learned about subject verb agreement rule, where we have said that a singular subject takes a singular verb and a plural subject takes a plural verb and vice versa. So if the verb is plural, the subject should be plural. If the verb is singular, the subject should also be singular. Don't forget to listen to the next lessons. Please subscribe, like, comment, and share this video so that we can make English a super thing, sweet thing to learn and to impress. Bye bye.